Hi guys, Mike and Pedro here.
Hello.
This is next part of my Castlevania Symphony of the Night Let's Play. I was doing it by, listing it by hour, but it's not even accurate because I've only been playing for 2 hours. And this is like the 4th video, so... Or actually, it's the 4th video I'm recording, but once I render them, it's like gonna be probably like the 9th or 10th part. Something like that. Or actually...
Yeah, around there. No, well, 9th.
Well, if I do 4 per hour...
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be like the 9th and the 10th. Because I'm going to be doing a half hour. We'll just say this is the, what, 5th session? Or 3rd session? 4th session.
3rd.
Yeah. Huh?
3rd.
No, it's
Well, I mean, like, the 3rd session was only 30 minutes,
yeah.
so...
Well, secondly, the 4th session is the 4th recording.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is just the back area of, like, the library. I could go back, you could have gone back here once you double jump, but there's nothing for you to really get. I mean, there is, but it's just equipment. And then you're gonna have to come back here later anyway once you get missed, so you might as well get missed first. And come back here, because if you just get double jump and come back here, you fight a boss, and then you get, like, some equipment, but you can't get the relic that's back here, so you're gonna have to come back here anyway. So we might as well just get everything in one go, and make sure you get the power of mist first from the Coliseum. Did in the last video.
Can you sit down there?
Yeah, you can, but there's no point.
I didn't do anything.
If you want intelligence, which I don't, you can equip this, but just keep my helmet on. Sit. 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 Sit.
Or you dog.
Ah, relaxing time. Secret here, push this.
Would you like some tea?
Topaz Circlet is really useful later on in the game. Oh, actually, no, this isn't the one I thought it was. Still kind of useful. If you're getting if a guy is doing poison damage, you can equip it. Also, if you want more intelligence than the stone mask gives, you can equip that. This is +9.
Your defense was down.
Yeah, your defense goes down. If you'd rather defense than if you'd rather intellect than defense, then you'd equip that or this. It's really up to you. This also gives some. Yeah, well, this one gives more defense than that one, so it's really up to you. I would suggest just keeping defense, because intelligence only does for spells, and you're barely going to use those, if at all, because no, I don't.
Yeah, if you guys missed the last time, Mike spent like 5 minutes
Yeah.
trying to get one spell.
This rod is weaker than the star flail is, and it attacks just as fast, but it's weaker. But the thing is, the star flail is only is just basic. It doesn't have an element attached to it, while the holy rod is obviously holy elemental. So, or not elemental, it's holy. I guess you could say.
Elemental.
It's not. Well, holy isn't an element. It's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like enchanted with holy, I guess you could say. It's blessed. Yeah. It's blessed, I guess. Certain enemies take more damage from it. I think this guy does too, actually, because he's a demon. There's a guy that he spawns that you can only fight. Yeah, it does take more damage out of him. That you can only fight when you're fighting him. He still spawns a Mudman. So I try to actually wait for him to spawn it so I can kill it. That way it shows up in my my library. So obviously, if you're having trouble with this guy, you can equip the anointed rod right after you get it and just beat the crap out of him. A lot of guys are weak against it because there's a lot of undead and holy guys in this game. So really, if you want to be stronger, you just equip it. And there's really there's only a few guys that are holy element, so there's only a few guys that'll be strong against it. So, but I'm gonna keep. I mean, I killed the ball. I killed him with it, but I'm just gonna keep the star flow for now because I don't want to make it too easy for myself. Because I mean, if the guy's weak against it, usually it does like double damage. Sometimes it'll do 25% more damage. If you're not sure, you can look it up. Guys that you fought, you can go to the library and look under the monster thing. I don't know what it's called, the monster book or something, and it tells you what guys are weak against and what they're strong against if you fought them already. This area I was talking about. See, if you come here and you don't have miss, then you can't go through it. So
This can pass.
wrong form.
Fail.
I get confused with those buttons because I barely use them. You don't really use them until you get this, which is bat. Now that I have bat, basically none of the areas in this game are off limits to me. So the next area I can go to is
Up the stairs.
I can actually go up the stairs, but when you go up there, you have to fight Richter. And if you do that first, if you go up there now, you just kill him, and then that ends the game.
Oh.
That's the worst ending. I might do it just to show you guys what happens, but I'm not going to do it until later when I have to go up there anyway.
Safe state.
No, I'll just go up there because I need to get like an item to go there and actually, because you do have to go there and fight him eventually, but you'll see the difference once I get a certain item. I'll go out there with it unequipped, and then I'll go out there with it equipped and show you the difference. But I'll do that once I actually have the item, so I don't have to go up there twice, because it's kind of out of the way right now. Now that I have bat, I can get my first familiar. There's familiars in this game. I don't know if you don't know what that means. They're like a familiar is basically like a pet kind of thing, or like a summoned ally kind of. The first one you get right away because I just got bat, so you can come up here and you get the first one is the Faerie, and the Faerie will use potions or like anti-venom or anti-curse if you're cursed, depending on what ailment, or if you're low on health, she'll heal you. They have levels. Obviously she's level 1. Depending on her level, she'll heal you different amounts, and she'll also tell you like where secret rooms are if you're next to them. But she doesn't go on automatically, so you have to go in and turn it on. I usually only use her until I get a better relic. I usually use like the guys that attack, because she doesn't attack. She'll only heal you and stuff. So I usually, once I get something else, I'll switch her out. There's
Can she
5.
die?
No, she can't die. Only you can die. I apologize in advance for my stupid dog outside.
Oh, I just heard it.
She's outside crying. She's being punished, so she's out in the wet.
What can I do for you?
In the rain.
I'm interested in this.
Thank you.
So, I'll let her in a little bit, but let her suffer a little. They're gonna be like, that's messed up, man. You're just making your dog sit out in the rain. Shut up.
Where's Peter?
Yeah, so you can see, like, this is weak against thunder, weak versus holy, fire. There's a lot of guys that are weak against holy.
Whole.
Mostly, like, undead guys. You see those skeleton guys are weak against it. I thought all the skeleton guys were weak against it, but I guess not.
Whole 5.
I'm interested in
He
this.
doesn't have anything new. We're just here. The hammer, the Faerie can also use it. It breaks you out of stone, but they're expensive to buy, and like I wouldn't bother because you can break out of stone in like 2 seconds anyway. Uncurse is not worth spending $200 on either, because there's a candle just outside, like downstairs, that drops uncurses repeatedly if you hit it, and you just go in and out of the room and keep getting them. So there's no point in buying them for $200. You can get them for free.
Yeah, just farm it.
And there's only a couple guys that curse you anyway. And then this, I wouldn't bother spending money on that either. You don't really get that many of them, but there's no point. Poison doesn't. Doesn't really take that much and doesn't last that long. So, if you're looking at any of these, I'll explain them to you now since I'm here. The magic missile is just as you can see, like in the description, it says use. So does this and this and this. They're all just one-time use items. I never have used any of them because it's just they're not worth the money, and the ones you get, I mean, I think I've used them against bosses or something, but as you can see, like the damage is like 39, 39, 59. The damage is high, but it's one-time use, so if you miss, and you know, it's a waste. I wouldn't buy it for 300. I wouldn't buy it just for, you know, like one-time use for an increase of 6 damage. It's not really worth it. Most of the other equipment here, if you want to, if you come here the first time and you want to maybe buy the saber, because at that point it's actually worth the money. It's you know, relatively cheap. Or if you have enough to get the Damascus sword, I would buy it. The mace, in comparison to the star flail I have now, it's similar in attack, the way it attacks, but it's a lot slower between attacks. Because the reason I like what I have now is because it's fast. Damascus sword is okay if you have the money for it. Buy it when you get here. If not, it doesn't take long to get something better. So, well, actually, it's pretty strong still, but I still like the speed I have with what I have now. So, obviously, the leather shield you don't need to buy. I don't even know why it's here because you get it near the beginning of the game. If you get here and you still only have the leather shield, which you probably will because you don't get the night shield until you go to the chapel. You can buy that if you want. It's not great, but it's better than the leather. It's as strong as the shield I have equipped now, so you can get that early if you have the money to buy it. I wouldn't buy this, and I wouldn't buy this, and I would only buy this if you need intelligence, but I would just wait until you get the other circlet. I wouldn't buy this one. If you have to buy one, I would buy this one, and if you can't afford it, just wait, because you get a silver Suras when you go into the chapel, which is right after this. So, I mean, I would only wait to get diamond plate. I'm not going to get it myself, even if I did have the money, because, you know, my defenses, I have to limit my defense.
Well, you eventually get to level 28. I think you're already at 21 or 22.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's other equipment I get too, for your helmet and cape, and that all increases defense also, so it'll add up.
Right.
If you get here and you don't have, if you passed up the crystal cloak, I don't know if you go there after this. I think you do. You go there after this. If you want something between getting the crystal cloak, you can get this. Or you can get the elven cloak. I would just get the elven because it's only 1,000 more. So if you have the money, I would just get the elven cloak. Personally, I wouldn't buy either of them because you get the crystal cloak not too long after if you fight Skilla. If you don't plan on fighting Skilla, if you just skip her, then you just get the elven cloak, and then eventually you'll get the blood cloak, and you can go back and get the crystal cloak later.
What's con?
I'm not sure. I think it's Constitution, is what it stands for, but I'm not sure what it does. I think it's maybe your defense.
No idea.
Well, you're asking, so I'm explaining it to you.
I know that.
I think because your strength increases your base attack power. I think Constitution might increase your base defense, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't really tell you. If you feel like you're lacking in attack and defense, you can buy one of these. I don't think it's really worth the money. It's an accessory. And this also increases all your stats by 1. So, I mean, if you need the defense, buy this, because it gives you an extra point of defense. But this gives you a point of attack, and it gives you +1 to all your stats. So, it's up to you which one you want to buy.
Well, don't you have 2 slots?
Yeah, you have 2 slots. But yeah. I wouldn't spend the money on these. If you have $3,000 to burn, might as well buy a shield or something when you get here the first time, or maybe the saber. I would actually probably just buy the shield out of all the things that are here, because you get weapons a lot more often than you get shields. So that's about it. These items are expensive and they're not really worth buying. Even the potion's not worth buying because 800 is kind of expensive. So yeah, that's it. If you need, you can buy a library card. You get a couple of them, but I would, if you like have money to burn and you happen to be here and you don't have any library cards, I would buy at least 1 or 2 because
Well, for now.
they're useful later on when